Medved, our film critic, who does not belong to any health clubs, does not work out 30 seconds a day, right? You don't do that, do you? You're busy writing
30 seconds. Movies. I play basketball.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do. But that's not working out. I don't think I can
horseshoe
do this.
back.
Wait a minute. I really don't think
Michael Spound did, see?
If I can do this, anybody can. Well, almost. The other horseshoe must have been easier. All right.
You know, really, there you go. That's pretty close.
All right.
But the tough part is when Sandy, in Life Extension, bent it. That's the hard way, is the way she did it.
Yeah. Can you do that?
No, I can't.
Sure, Bill. If I can do it,
I can bend it like the other. Forget it. We got too much junk here anyway.
Hey, are we going to do our 30-second workout or what?
Yeah. I mean, well, you and
right.
Michael Spound and I are all going to the club tomorrow and work out for 30 seconds.
Terrific.
All right?
Terrific.
Well, as we promised, you're going to talk about the new movie Staying Alive.
I am.
Which stars John Travolta.
Right. And everyone, obviously, in the world is aware that this is the sequel to Saturday Night Fever, which is a movie that everybody loved. And why did people love Saturday Night Fever? They loved Saturday Night Fever because it was fast-moving. It was a John Badham film, after all, maker of War Games and Blue Thunder. And it had great characters in it, very interesting characters you cared about and related to very well. And it also had sensational music. I think the Bee Gees album based on Saturday Night Fever is still one of the top-selling albums ever released. Now, you have the sequel. Very slow-moving, absolutely two-dimensional characters that you don't care about at all, and the music, well, I was about to use an impolite word, which we shouldn't use on the air, but it's not bloody good. The Bee Gees are very tired, obviously, with this stuff. There's no, and in fact, they've released already, with a very big push, some of the Bee Gees' music, and it's gone absolutely nowhere. They're wringing their hands that even though the film is doing reasonably well at the box office, the music, very well deserved too, is doing not particularly well at all. And part of the story there is that the Bee Gees provide a little bit less than half the music on the film. The main musical talent is a remarkable composer, performer, someone where Sylvester Stallone, who directed this movie, launched a nationwide talent search to find just the right person to supplement this and perform it on screen.
Okay, we have a clip.
And you know who he found to do it?
No.
His brother, Frank Stallone.
Oh, really?
Yes, his brother has 20 credits in the picture. He looks
literally 20 credits?
Yeah, he composed, produced, performs the music. He plays a guitarist on screen. He looks just like Sly Stallone. And the fact is here, it's very easy to slam Sylvester Stallone for putting his brother in such a key role and doing the music for the picture.
I wouldn't want to slam Sly.
No, I wouldn't either, because Frank Stallone is no less talented than anyone else associated with this production. And in fact, he's not bad at all. I mean, compared to some of the dancing that you see on screen, and compared to the Bee Gees' music, which is so dreary, his music is no worse at all. And he actually, I applaud Sylvester Stallone for giving his kid brother a chance and giving him his shot at the big time and letting him go 15 rounds with Apollo Creed, as it were. And I think it's a very nice family gesture, and more power to him. We do have a clip.
Okay, why don't we take a look at that, because I haven't seen the film yet.
Don't see it.
Don't. Here's from Staying Alive, a little clip.
The title sequence, which is excellent. It's straight downhill from there. But that song was Far From Over, which is by Frank Stallone and performed by Frank Stallone. I should point out that one of the big differences between this motion picture and Flashdance is that obviously in Flashdance, Jennifer Beals had most of her dancing performed by Maureen Jahan, who was doing a stand-in number. And here, Stallone made the decision that all the major actors and actresses would do their own dancing. Disastrous decision, because John Travolta is a wonderful actor. I think he's terrific. I mean, he's really going to be, he is one of the big stars of our time, and he's going to go on and on. He has a wonderful screen presence. He's a good actor. You almost care about this character, despite the fact that the screenplay, co-written by Sly Stallone, is dreary and two-dimensional. Travolta almost makes it come alive. Like him, good points for that, but he's not a great dancer. And to try to believe that, great disco dancer, okay, but here he's in a Broadway show.
So, yeah.
And the Broadway show is, I will say this, I don't think, there's some people in the office here, and we were talking about it before, who think this is one of the worst movies that they've seen ever. I wouldn't go that far at all. I mean, it's just not that bad. It's not even entertainingly awful. But the point about it is that the show within the movie, Satan's Alley, which is supposed to be the show in which John Travolta becomes a big star. That may be one of the worst Broadway shows of all time. It looks just awful. Aside from being derivative, all the dry ice in the world is expended, making all sorts of special effects. There are risers that come up and down and up and down, and people jump around and squirm, and it really isn't terribly interesting. Two big discoveries in this picture.
The two ladies?
The two ladies who play his competing love interests. There's the sort of sweet all-American girl who is sort of standing by and waiting and treated beastly by Tony Manero, John Travolta, and then there's the bitchy Britisher, played by Finola Hughes. Both discoveries for this film. Finola Hughes helps to sink the movie enormously. I don't understand why they cast her in this part. She's not great as a dancer. She isn't that beautiful to make John Travolta's head turn the way it's supposed to in the picture. And what you can't understand is the American girl who he spurns is a much better dancer, much better looking, much more glamorous, and a much more capable actress. Cynthia Rhodes is actually quite good in the movie. But in any event, that's part of the problem here, aside from the fact that Finola Hughes, the British girl, right?
Right.
I mean, maybe Shirley Conran would know about this, but she shows up for even rehearsals in a limousine, a chauffeur-driven limousine, never explained. She's insufferably obnoxious, and part of the tension in the film is you really do want to see someone punch her out.
What is the rating you give it?
I'll give it a 3. That's only because we did Stroker Ace last week, and compared to Stroker, right, compared to
So
Stroker
tell me
8,
real
this
quick,
is
if I were to go to the movies this weekend, what movie should I go see?
Have you seen War Games?
Yes.
Good picture. There are a lot of movies that will be opening this weekend. This weekend, Jaws 3D will be opening, which is sure to be a stinkeroonie.
Jaws 3D is going to be bad, you think?
Well, that's the word in the industry. People are very, very worried at Universal that it's going to go right to Davy Jones' locker.
I'll be darned.
Yeah,
I thought that was going to be a biggie. Hey.
Well, who knows? They want it to be. I see
like
you have a fan.
Sure, it's the only fan I've got. Thank you, Michael. Hey, on tomorrow's show, rock singer Patrick Simmons of the Doobie Brothers. The Amazing Kreskin will be here. Also, super salesman Mark Nass will talk about Swiss bank accounts. Abraham Alvarez from Archie Bunker's place. And we're going to find out what happened to that show. We're also going to meet Lisa, or rather, yes, Lisa Carson, the newest and meanest character in the primetime soap Falcon Crest. Did you see the headlines on USA Today? The USA is sweltering, no relief in sight. That's why I got that. Makes it much better here, doesn't it?
It's terrific.
Plus you can shave with it. Are we out of time yet? Okay, bye.